Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. I hope you will be fine and you will be doing well. We translated and we read the poem. It couldn't be done yesterday. Uh, it is unit number 4.3. It is a very short but very interesting poem written by Edward Albert Guest. Today we are going to explain it in English. The first two stanzas tell of a situation in which an unmanned somebody tries to convince a man that somebody cannot be done. This thing is never described as it is meant to represent any task one has to overcome. The man in the poem is not deterred by the naysayer and does the thing immediately and quickly. He is confident and proud of his own abilities, a fact which enables his success. The poem concludes with the speaker making clear that anything somebody doubts you, that is a perfect opportunity to prove them wrong. One should buckle in and do the thing they say you cannot. In the first stanza of the piece of the poem, the speaker begins by utilizing the phrase that would become the title of the poem, "It couldn't be done." The phrase appears as a reference to a previous statement the reader does not have access to. The speaker is describing how somebody told the main character of this poem that something could not be done. As a reply to that statement, the man chuckles, dismissing it. He is not willing to accept that the task cannot be completed unless he tries it himself and fails. From these lines, it is clear that Guest hopes a reader would feel admiration for the main character and his stubbornness, his dedicated nature. Even without knowledge of what the thing is, it is admirable to attempt something that has never been completed before. In the fifth line of the first stanza, the speaker describes how the man is buckling right down to the task at hand. He doesn't appear to be too intimidated by what he is about to attempt. There is a trace of a grin on his face that hid any worry that might also be present. He also started to sing when he went to tackle the thing. The first stanza ends with the revelation that the man accomplished the thing that could not be done. डियर स्टूडेंट्स, पहले स्टेंजा में हमने जिस तरह कल ट्रांसलेट किया था, अगर आप उसको दोबारा पढ़ें तो इसमें एक आदमी है, वो एक काम को करने की कोशिश करता है, तो दूसरा आदमी उसके करीब खड़ा हुआ है. ये मुआशरा है. इसमें असल में मुआशरे की बात हो रही है. जिस तरह मुआशरे में हम देखते हैं, जब भी कोई आदमी कोई अहम काम करने की कोशिश करता है, उसको पूरा करने की कोशिश करता है, तो लोग उसको आवाज़ देकर डिस्करेज करने की कोशिश करते हैं. इवन दो कि वो लोग खुद वो काम ना तो करने के काबिल होते हैं, ना कर सकते हैं, ना ही उन्होंने कभी करने की कोशिश की होती है, लेकिन इसके बावजूद दूसरे लोगों को डिस्करेज करने की भरपूर कोशिश करते हैं. इस पॉइंट में शायर इस बात को साबित करने की कोशिश करता है कि जब भी आप लोग इस किस्म के सिचुएशन से आपका आमना सामना हो, तो ऐसे सिचुएशन में कभी भी दूसरों को तवज्जो मत दें. दूसरे लोग जो कहें उनको मत सुनें, और जो काम आप करना चाहते हैं उसको फौरन करने की कोशिश करें और अपने आप पे यकीन करें. बिलीव इन योरसेल्फ दैट यू विल बी एबल टू डू इट, एंड वंस यू आर कॉन्फिडेंट टू डू इट, वंस यू बिलीव इन योरसेल्फ, you'll be able to do it. That is the main idea of the first stanza. In the second stanza, that follows the same pattern as the first. It begins with the speaker relaying the same scenario in different terms, that there is somebody who is passing judgment on the situation before the determined main character can attempt the feat. The unnamed somebody says that the man will never do that because no one has ever done it. तो इसमें सबसे अहम बात यह है कि लोग हमेशा आपको ये बात कहेंगे, उस बात से आपको रोकने की कोशिश करेंगे कि ये काम, अगर आपने कोई फॉर एग्जांपल अगर आप CSS करने के बारे में कहें तो लोग आपको ज़रूर कहेंगे कि ये काम आपके ख़ानदान में किसी ने नहीं किया, आपके मोहल्ले में किसी ने नहीं किया, आपके कज़न्स में किसी ने नहीं किया, तो तुम भी नहीं कर सकोगे. ये बिल्कुल गलत बात है. शायर ये कहने की कोशिश करता है कि जब भी आप कि दिल में एक ख्वाहिश उभर आए किसी काम को करने की, चाहे वो काम आपसे पहले किसी ने किया हो या ना किया हो, उस काम को आप करने के काबिल हैं अगर आप कोशिश करें डेडिकेशन के साथ. Just as with the first stanza, the second stanza describes to the man making himself ready to do it. He took off his coat, inverted commas, and then he takes off his hat and he tries to do it. Whatever it might be, it was done quickly. The narrator was surprised by how fast it had happened. The final lines of the second stanza tell the the main character's confidence and how it was that confidence that enabled him to do it. Again, the main character is clearly pleased with himself. He lifts his chin with pride and confidence and smiles at onlookers' surprised faces. The speaker emphasizes the upbeat attitude the man took and the song he broke into to encourage himself onward. तो शायर असल में ये बात आपको समझाने की कोशिश करता है मेरे डियर स्टूडेंट्स कि अगर आप लोगों को ये मैसेज देना चाहते हैं कि आप एक काम करने के काबिल हैं, तो एक तो आप उनकी बात ना सुने, दूसरी बात यह है कि आप उनको ज़रा जलाने के लिए अपने आप को बहुत ज़्यादा कॉन्फिडेंस शो करें, लेकिन आजिज़ी दिल में रखें और अपने आप पे यकीन भी रखें कि आप ये काम कर सकते हैं. यू आर कैपेबल ऑफ डूइंग दैट, एंड the poet wants to tell you that you will be able to do it because every human being has been given capabilities of doing anything. Anything can be done. There is nothing impossible in the world. The same idea goes on and it is discussed in the third stanza as well. In the final lines of the third stanza, as is customary with Albert Guest's poetry, the speaker summarizes the main points of the previous verses. Although by this point the main theme has been made very clear, Guest reiterates that idea again. The speaker tells the reader that throughout life there are always going to be those who tell you something cannot be done. They will prophesy or predict your failure at any number of things you care about. The poet uses his confidence by repeating the words questions, if any. Thank you so much.